Did you know that overconfidence can actually be a recipe for failure? Yeah, it's true. Think about it. Have you ever been so sure of yourself that you totally flopped? Maybe you underestimated a task or ignored a warning sign. It happens to the best of us. Let's dive into this idea of unstoppable confidence and see what lurking dangers might bring. So, what is this unstoppable confidence? It's that fierce belief in yourself and your abilities, right? It can feel empowering, like you're ready to take on the world. But here's the kicker: it can also mislead you. The same confidence that propels you forward can blind you to potential pitfalls. Today, we're going to unpack this dual nature of confidence and what it really means. Alright, let's get into the nitty-gritty. One of the biggest pitfalls of excessive self-assurance is underestimating challenges. You know, when you think, "I've got this," and then, bam, reality hits. It's way too easy to ignore valuable feedback when you're riding high on your own confidence. You might brush off advice from others, thinking you know better. But guess what? That can lead to some serious mistakes. Overconfidence can create blind spots where you miss out on crucial information. And let's not forget how it can affect teamwork. If you're overly confident, you might take charge in a way that alienates others or even dismiss their contributions. It's a slippery slope, and it can really mess things up. Now, let's take a look at some real-life examples. Remember that infamous fire festival? The organizers were bursting with confidence, thinking they could pull off a luxury music festival in the Bahamas without proper planning. Spoiler alert, it turned into a disaster. People were stranded, and the whole thing collapsed. This wasn't just a hiccup. It was a massive failure fueled by overconfidence. Another example, think about those tech CEOs who launch products without listening to user feedback. They think they're invincible and can't possibly fail. But then they end up with a flop on their hands. The key takeaway: these stories remind us that confidence is great, but it needs to be grounded in reality. Learning from failures is just as important as celebrating successes. So, what's the real insight here? Balancing confidence with humility is crucial. It's all about recognizing your limits and being aware of the areas where you could improve. When you acknowledge that you don't have all the answers, you open yourself up to growth. This kind of self-awareness doesn't diminish your confidence, it actually enhances it. True self-assuredness comes from understanding both your strengths and your weaknesses. It's like having a superpower. You're confident enough to take risks, but wise enough to know when to seek advice and listen to others. To wrap it all up, we've explored the fascinating yet tricky world of unstoppable confidence. We learned how it can empower us, but also lead us to some serious pitfalls if we're not careful. Remember, confidence is awesome, but it should always be tempered with self-awareness and a willingness to learn and grow. Keep that in mind next time you feel like you can take on the world. Now it's your turn. I want to hear about your experiences with confidence. Have you ever felt too sure of yourself? Drop your stories in the comments below. And if you're interested in diving deeper into personal development strategies, check out my next video where we'll discuss how to build a growth mindset. Don't miss it.